Hi there, Dr. Dave here, and it's time to rise and whine. Back in high school, I was excited to be accepted into an honors English class. Not so excited when the first test was returned to us and I got a D. Apparently, there were a number of people in that same situation, and the teacher said to us, if you didn't get a good grade, you can be upset, but don't be too upset, and don't be too upset for too long. And that was brilliant advice that has stayed with me all of this time. The reason is there are three really solid pieces of wisdom in that one sentence. The first piece of wisdom is acknowledging that there's something to be upset about. A lot of times when we're upset or worried about something, people will say, don't be upset, it's not a big deal. And by saying that, although they're trying to be helpful, they're actually negating something that actually happened. So the first piece of wisdom there is that he acknowledged it. He acknowledged there was a reason to be upset about something. The second thing he said, I guess the second piece of wisdom out of that was, he recognized that if you can make yourself more upset by thinking more intensely or for longer about something, that means that you have some control over it. So by saying don't be too upset, he was giving a suggestion there that we could turn it down because we were capable of turning it up. We had some control over it. The third piece of wisdom there is time limiting this upset or this worry. He said, don't be too upset for too long. In cognitive psychology, we use a technique called time limiting to have people kind of corral their worry or their upset by telling them to think only of that thing or worry about only that thing for a specific period of time, like 5 or 10 minutes. Most people get bored of worrying just about that thing after a few minutes, actually less time than the time allotted for it in that time limiting technique. And so when you put all of that together, the idea of acknowledging it, that we have some control over the intensity of it, and shutting it off after a specific period of time, there's a lot of wisdom packed in there, and that's why I think it stayed with me all this time. If there's something upsetting you today, you can be upset, but don't be too upset, and don't be too upset for too long. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day, and thank you for spending a minute of it with me.